Good night, everyone. Welcome to the Ebony Star Network, and you're here with Sharlene. This is Relationship Talk with Sharlene, and I just want to thank everybody for showing up to this live tonight. Tonight, we're going to have a conversation about communication in your relationships. How do we communicate? So, before we kick that off, we want to set the tone in the space. And the way we do that is we want to say some positive affirmations just about love in general, because on this channel, we want to call forth love and we want to have love in our lives. So, all you guys have to do is just relax and just listen to the affirmations and let this be a daily tune in your life, and just be open and allow love to come in. Okay. My partner and I both deserve to love and be loved. My partner and I deserve a long lasting, happy, satisfying relationship. My partner and I are in a loving, committed, strong relationship. My love for my partner grows stronger each passing day. My partner and I accept each other's strengths and weaknesses. My partner and I give our relationship the time and attention it deserves. My partner and I look forward to some quality time together. I am supportive of my partner just as he or she is supportive of me. My partner and I feel comfortable and safe whenever we are together. I love spending intimate moments with my partner. The love between me and my partner is stronger than our fights and misunderstandings. I am so happy and content with the relationship I have with my partner. I feel grateful for all the things that my partner does for me. My partner accepts my flaws and helps me to become a better version of myself. My partner and I feel comfortable sharing our thoughts and problems with each other. I respect my partner's privacy just as he or she respects mine. My partner and I make sure to talk and communicate with each other every day. I never pretend to be somebody else when I am with my partner. My partner makes sure that I feel loved, cherished, and secure all the time. I am fully confident that my partner trusts me, just as I trust him or her. Our relationship is built on love, trust, and respect. Okay, and with that being said, we can begin our conversation on communications and relationship. So when we talk about communication and relationships, we are talking about between a man and a woman, whether it is in the dating phase, whether you are 6 months in your relationship, whether you're married for 5 or 10 years. So some of the problems that we hear the most is that my partner does not understand me. My husband doesn't understand me. My boyfriend doesn't understand me. I try to talk to him and tell him things, but he is not understanding me. And we can say the same for the men. The men says she doesn't respect me. She's not understanding what when I talk to her, I want her to do it this way. She always got an attitude problem. I want her to show up for me. So I think that most relationships we have a communication problem. And it could be because we have different love languages. Also could be the way that we grew up. You know, as little kids, by the time we're like 0 to 7 years old, that's the most critical time in our lives because that's going to shape our view of the world. So sometimes we have to go in there and see how we brought up and see, is that how I'm treating the person that I have in my life? Is it the way that my parents treated me, my cousins treated me, how I treated them? Is this the reason why my relationships are the way that they are? And then we have to ask ourselves these questions, and how can it improve? What can we do that's different, or what can we do that's better? So I want everybody to engage. So if you're in the chat, you guys can please type something, say something. So I see Rodney is here. Hi, Rodney. So again, we're talking about relationship talks and how we talk in our relationships. Okay, so I have a couple of examples. So one example would be a couple who is married. Let's say they're married like 3 to 5 years. And the wife is always telling the husband how she needs time. She wants him to spend time with the family. She wants him to be there, be present, to be involved, right? But he listens, but he brushes it off because she is not he brushes it off because he doesn't take it as it's serious, but it's serious to her. It's like she wants a relationship where they're both engaged, right? So that's just one example, right? So how can his wife, right? How can his wife get through to him without causing chaos, getting mad? What can the wife do so that when she's talking to her husband hears her? So anybody from the chat, you guys can type and write, what can he do, or what can she do so that her husband hears her, so that her husband knows. Anybody in the chat, you guys can write, you can type in the chat. You guys can let me know. Okay, all right. So some things that women could do is, I would say during intimate moments, within the bedroom, that's probably the perfect time. You turn around and you act nice and soft, right? And then you tell your husband, like, I really like the time that we spent together. I wish you was home more, and we can do things as a family. And you just look at him deep in his eyes and you tell him that, and you wait and you see that he acknowledges it. So I think that time frame is the most important, because I think that's when he's paying attention the most. The guys, you guys can type in the chat, and you guys can disagree with me or agree with me. So I think that's the best time to do it, right? Is when you're both in the intimate settings. I could say when you're done having sex, or when you're about to have sex, or when you're in that mood and you guys are turned on. It's a perfect time where he's listening to you. Oh, Black Knight, yes. I would love to hear a male's perspective. So, Black Knight, if you want to call into the show, you're more than happy to. Go ahead, Dame. You could drop the link, because I want the audience to engage, and I want this to be an open conversation, so that we all learn how we can communicate effectively in our relationship and our voices are heard. So go ahead, Dame, you could drop the link, and Black Knight, you can hop on here. Also, the other best way is, let's say you guys, you cook a meal, I don't know, hopefully he's there, and you guys with the kids, and you guys are eating and you're all at the table. That's another way you can make that proposition. So yeah. I would say those two are the. Other than that, most of the time. Oh, there we go. There go Black Knight. So go ahead, Black Knight. What is your take on this? How do you think a woman should approach a man so that what she says he receives it effectively and he doesn't brush it off? Black Knight, are you there, Max?
I am. I am. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for inviting me to the show. So where are we? What is it that you were talking about?
So we're talking about a couple. They're married, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the wife wants more quality time as a family. The wife
Mm-hmm.
wants the husband to spend more quality time, you know, going
Mm-hmm.
out and doing things like going to like a park, you know, taking trips, doing something as a family unit.
Okay. And she's conveying that to the husband. She's saying
Yeah,
that.
she's trying
Okay,
to
I
tell
don't.
the husband, but he brushes her off, you know? So,
Well, one of the best ways to get through to the husband, I know because I'm a man, because my wife does this all the time with me, is when they're having one of like a very relaxed moment, like maybe laying in bed, enjoying each other's company, having a little small conversation in bed. That's a good time to bring stuff like that up. Um, I think you bring that up in a more relaxed setting because then most men are receptive when we're in a relaxed setting, you know, especially when we're enjoying our wives' company, i.e., laying in bed, just relaxing and just have a small talk with her. That's definitely a good time to bring that up.
okay, I agree. Another question for you. Let's say for all right, you can ask me, what about a man? What if a man, right, wants to talk to his woman? When do you think is a good time for him to convey how he feels?
Well, with women are much easier than men.
Uh-huh.
You can pretty much talk to your wife almost anytime, except for when she's having, if she's aggravated, that's wait till the aggravation is over with. If there's something working her nerves, just try to get her relaxed. But most of the time, when she's just chilling, maybe doing something about the house or sitting there watching TV or not doing much, you just pull up to her, hey, babe, you got a minute? She'd be like, sure. And then boom, you can just talk to her. Women are very, very easy to communicate with if men make the effort. But most men don't make the effort. Most men aren't interested. If the wife don't say nothing, the man won't say nothing. So, it's very rare that you have guys who are self motivated to talk to their women about things that should be changed in the relationship. But women are very. My wife is very easy to talk to. She's ready to go any moment.
Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna throw curveballs, right? So now we're gonna
Hmm.
talk about let's talk about the dating market, right? The dating scene, right?
Hmm.
And it comes to communication within the
Hmm.
dating scene. How often do you think a man should communicate to a woman that he's interested
In
in their dating?
a dating situation.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, you have to gauge the woman and her interest. If you're okay, it depends on what type of dating style that you guys are established. Everybody has a dating style. Okay, when you meet up and you connect for the first time, you develop a style, and that style is okay. Are we going to talk? Or are we going to just be a couple that's going to go and say, okay, let's get where we got to go? Are we going to talk while we're on the way there? When we get there, are we just going to dance? We're not going to talk? Or when we get there, we're going to dance and talk and eat? You got to establish what type of style that you have when you date. And so, according to that style, will tell you how often you should communicate with her or not. Because some women in the beginning, if you communicate with them too much, they will see that as abrasive or, in this day slang, thirsty, and then they may back off. And some women will see that as persistence. It depends on the type of woman you're dealing with and what dating style is involved when you guys meet and what dating style you develop. Some women will see that as persistence. Some will see it as abrasive and thirsty.
Okay, I love the fact that you said thirsty. But would you
Mm-hmm.
agree that, right? Let's say me and you were dating, right? And we're really
Mm-hmm.
into each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree that if I'm not really into you, right,
Mm-hmm.
and you text me all the time, I'm gonna think that you're bothering me, right? But if I'm
Yeah.
truly into you and you're into me and you text me all the time, wouldn't you like that? I think you would like that. You would be like, it'll be like affirmations for you. Like, you
Well, with
know?
you, yeah. Well, with you kind of strike me as a hopeless romantic. Okay. So
Yeah.
I would have a ball with you. All kinds of romantic things, different types of um, unexpected love situations, sweeping you off your feet, uh, surprise conversations about anything that has to do with romance. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna actually have a very exciting time with you.
Okay. So now I'm talking about this. When you say thirsty, right? I think thirsty comes off as like a person that you like. I don't really want you like that, but
Mm-hmm.
you stay on me. Like get like people say like get off my dick. Like get off of me. Like right.
Mm-hmm.
Like stop it. Like you know. But if I like you, I don't mind that you call me all the time. I don't mind that you text me.
Um,
What would you say? Do you agree
I
to that?
wouldn't.
I agree to
That
that.
no, no, because that's a trap.
How so?
Because women, y'all tend to, when y'all become angry, y'all tend to swing for the fences. Okay, so if I'm calling you all the time, right?
Uh-huh.
You may like it, but when a situation turns sour, right? You may say, "Well, I can't tell because you seem to call me all the time," right? You know, you're gonna find some way to hit us over the head with it.
I have never seen that. I've seen
I
men do
see it a
that.
lot.
I've
I
seen
seen
men
it
do
a
that
lot.
more.
No, I see women do that.
You see women do that. I will
Yeah.
argue and say men do that more. As soon as it's cut
I
off,
don't.
men do that
Well,
more.
men will bring up what they did for you. Like, yeah, you know, didn't I remember when you wanted to go to the Statue of Liberty? I took you there. Remember when you said you always wanted to go to Radio City Music Hall? I took you there. That's what men do. Uh, Hello?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that's
but
what men do.
men do
Remember when you
complain.
said, like, remember when you said you wanted to, um, you want some shoes from Chanel or something like that? I bought you those shoes. When you said you want some Steve Maddens, I bought you some Steve Maddens. Man. Men would do stuff like that, but women tend to knock you over the head with other stuff. You
We
know,
do. Like, what do we say?
like for example, like okay, like take that call, right? Like yeah, you calling me all the time. Be like, say we arguing, like, man, you get on my nerves or something. I can't tell you always calling me. I can't tell I get on your nerves. You call me every single day and on the phone with me all day long. See? They use that and hit you right over the head with it.
I never seen a woman. I see men do that. That you stay calling my phone bothering me. What do they say? What
Blowing
do
up
they
the phone,
say? Yeah.
blowing up the phone, blowing up
Give
the
them
phone.
another name. Every time a girl be texting them all the time and calling them all the time, they be
Yeah, but yeah, but for some guys, right, they don't even know what they're talking about. Some guys trying to be more important than what they really are. She texted them 2 times, you know, so man, she blowing my phone up, man. She blowing. I only text you 2 times, though, but she blowing my phone up. So a lot of guys are like overly exaggerate.
I agree. I agree with that. All
You
right.
know,
I'm gonna give you another scenario. You tell me what you think, right?
uh,
This is the
uh,
first time I've come on the dating scene. I've seen this, and that shit took me for. I was just like, what? So, so I was dating
mm.
this guy for like a couple of weeks, right? And then all of a sudden things shifted, right? All of a sudden he'll tell me, "Oh, let's go out Wednesday night." He would plan it, all right, Wednesday come. And then he would text me and say, "Oh, let me see if I'm still available tonight." And then I'm like, what? How you gonna ask somebody to go out on a Wednesday when you're the one who texted it? Then you
Yeah,
turn around and you're gonna say, "Let me see if I'm available." Like that's people will get cussed out. Because first of all, I have a whole child. I have to rearrange everything, and we just planned for this one day, and now all of a sudden you second guessing me.
and let me ask you a question. Was he confident about that date beforehand?
Yeah,
All right, something happened between then and the time we ought to go out. Something happened.
that's what happened.
Either something changed, or he probably didn't have the money he thought he was going to have. Okay, something happened. Give me when it's now. It could be a couple of things. It could be playing you,
Uh huh.
and probably realizing he in over his head and don't want to take you out, or his money situation could have changed.
Mm.
Yeah, you see, men are very ego driven, right? So
Yeah.
you ask a woman out, of course you're gonna pay for everything, whatever. But if you ain't got the money like that, okay, some men try to get out of the situation, you know. Some will still try to go through it and try to shorten some things up because they don't want to feel like they can't handle up. You know what I mean? But usually when it's like that, it's a money situation. This money done changed somewhere.
Mm. So
Yeah.
if that's the case, why not be strategic? Like if you got money situation, why not do something? If we already went out a couple of times, why not go for like a walk and get ice cream? Why not do something like that or play cards or be creative about it?
It depends on what type of ego you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a man with a prideful ego, he's not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a
He gonna
no.
maintain. He gonna maintain. He gonna maintain or try to maintain dominance. To show you that he's dominant. He's not gonna show you that he got chinks in the armor. Now, if you're dealing with a guy that have more of an even kill type mentality, then he might break it through you. Okay, babe, listen, we went out a couple of times, everything. I'm stretched a little thin this week. I had some bills to pay. So how about we do this? How about we go and just get some ice cream and go sit in the park and enjoy each other's company? It's not, listen, it's not easy for men to man up in certain situations when you're dealing with
Why
certain kinds of women.
why
Huh?
not say that and be creative about it? It's not that hard.
Like
If
what?
you
Okay, so,
available on here,
okay, I'll
now
tell
you
you what, so
like,
babe. Okay, be like, okay, babe, listen, right? I ain't got it like that this week. Let's go get some ice cream cones and go sit in the park. Listen, I bought these coloring books, right? I thought it'd be great if we try to color in some of these little pictures like we were kids.
I mean, that would be okay because I'm spending time with you and we could ask each other
Nah, but
questions. But I'd
huh?
rather play cards, or do something.
Play cards in the park?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe at the house, right?
Or at the house, or you can play
Oh,
chess.
okay, okay,
That's a
yeah,
mind
yeah.
game. You could do
Oh,
something
okay,
like that.
oh, okay, yeah. That's pretty cool, man. Like most women. I guess some guys don't look at it that way. They're kind of afraid to approach it like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a down to earth woman, yeah, yeah, man, you can do it like that. Yeah, I like
I mean,
that.
if a girl really likes you, right, she wants to spend time with you. I mean, of course, you wanna. I would say the same thing for men. If you really like a girl, you wanna, spend money on her, you wanna take
Charlene,
her, you wanna
we drawing the
check
crowd.
in, huh?
So, okay, Charlene, we drawing the crowd. We drawing the crowd. Let's keep it up.
Oh, okay.
Chat room's filling up.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
but
would
okay,
I would
so
say that too.
okay, so yeah, you know what? That's pretty good. One thing I like about you, you got like a really cool. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, yeah, I like it though. I like it.
All right, so I'm gonna engage the chat. I'm gonna entertain them. So somebody said that means let me see if the other chick is busy first. So
Well, okay, but wait. Then that you see, that's not fair.
why is that
That's
not fair?
not fair. That's a that's a
You know how much manosphere channels they talking about? Oh, we got to make sure you got to have them in a routine. You got to have a
nah, but you
team.
see, that's messed up because that can mean that too. I'm not going to say it can't mean it. It most certainly can mean that. But I'm trying to take the high road. Maybe his money done got messed up. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe he got called into work, or maybe he
Yeah,
didn't get
but why
40 hours
don't?
on it.
So why don't he say
Huh?
that? My thing is, if you truly like a girl and you want the connection to be there,
Okay,
you put
okay. Here's
forth
the
that
thing. Here's the thing.
effort and that time.
Here's the thing. Right?
Uh,
You see, most men don't like feeling like failures, right? And they most definitely don't like to tell you how much they failing. Okay? So you want a man who's failing to tell you that he's failing. That's kind of hard. Like it's kind of hard
we
to
want
find a man.
a man to be honest.
Okay, well the honest thing is, damn, I'm failing. So let me tell you how much I'm failing. Now, do you care about how the man feel?
About him failing? What do you mean
Yeah,
about?
yeah. Like a lot of dudes take it really hard when they fail. Some dudes are very prideful, right? And they don't
Mhm.
want to fail. So, okay, I just promised this woman I'm gonna take her out on Wednesday. My money ain't right now. To some men, that's a failure. Okay? Now you want them to step up to my zone. Let me tell you why I'm failing.
I
Well,
was
yeah,
if you
baby,
don't got
my
the resources to do that, you gotta let somebody know at least 2 days in advance. Don't go play hokey pokey and then the
well
last
maybe
last minute.
okay, well that's unreasonable right there. Because you're assuming that he's playing games with you.
Mm-hmm.
What if what if it happened at the last minute? What if something fell through on Wednesday, earlier
Okay,
that day?
so I think most women will be understanding. We want to hear the story. We don't just, oh my God, it's over. We want to
Okay,
hear.
so say, all right, so say you say to you, okay, like, okay, sweetheart, listen, I know I promised I was gonna take you out on Wednesday, but my money fell through. I ain't got the money to do what I wanted to do, so I can't really take you out and enjoy the situation with you, knowing I ain't got the money to pay for everything. Now that's the truth. That's the truth. So what do you want him to say?
Oh, just be like, I don't, my finances is a little bit messed up, but I want to make it up to you. Is it okay, if I call you later on or something like that?
But you see, I don't like that. You know why? Because now it's like he did something wrong.
He didn't do
You know what I'm
anything wrong.
saying? No,
He was
but
looking
not. But
forward
when
to it.
women say that, not when women say that. Okay, well, listen, I understand that, but I want you to make it up to me later, right?
Hmm.
That kind of puts it in the, the mindset of, well, man, I did something wrong, man. I got to make it up to her. So now he going all week, figuring he
No,
got to.
what if the man says it, not the woman? The woman doesn't say it, the man owns up and he says it.
Wait a minute. So the man owns up and says, all right, okay, my money fell through. I couldn't take you out, but I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, something of that nature.
Okay. So if you are a sweet and loving, understanding woman, you're supposed to say, "No, it's okay. You didn't. You don't have to make up. Things happen."
I would say stuff happen. Let's do something more fun. I don't know.
Okay, but what about the you don't have to make it up to me?
You guys don't like that or no?
Nah, because it kind of like it puts it in a in a light of something that's been done wrong. Okay,
No.
now if there's a situation that he couldn't help and his money fell through, right? You know, it's not something that he intended to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So to say, you can make it up to me indicates that maybe something was done wrong.
Yeah, that's hard. So I only thing I would say again is to be creative, right?
Hmm.
Just be creative on your stance. Be like, I ain't got the money, but we can do something else, you know?
Yeah, but how? Okay, but how creative do you be say, "Hey, look, I ain't got the money." Okay, well, listen. Here it is. I'm gonna be creative about not having the money. But yeah, baby, I was on the way over here, right, and I had my wallet in my back pocket, and just when I was getting ready to reach to check if I had enough money to take you out, you see what I'm saying? A kangaroo came by and kicked it out of my hand, and then it hit the sewer and fell down, and I couldn't get it back. That's creative, right?
No, I was
No,
talking
that's
about
not.
making a
But
creative
wait a minute.
date.
Okay,
Wait,
but
if you
no,
ain't
but
got no
no, but
money,
this,
do something else. You don't gotta
no,
spend
but
all
you
the
asked me. But you asked me to tell you a creative way, right, of not
I didn't
having the
mean it that
money.
way. I didn't mean it that way.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
why don't you change the stance and say instead of us going to this restaurant or doing this, why don't we do this instead? Why don't we play
Okay,
checkers? Why
see, what's
don't we?
throwing me, okay, what's throwing me off, you keep saying creative. That's
I was
throwing me
saying,
off.
I was saying
Yeah, yeah,
creative. Like you don't have to
right.
spend money, a lot of money, in order to make a woman happy. If she really likes you and wants to be in your company, right? You guys could find something to do that's entertaining.
Yeah, that you only have so long to do that one.
And I'm not talking about sex. I was talking about like,
No, no, no. I'm not talking about sex. We talking about as far as going out. What you
Okay,
say, man?
Kev.
Hey, Dane, how you doing? How you
Okay,
doing,
Kev.
man? No, I
All right,
wasn't
Kev. Now
saying
you
sex.
heard
I
us
was like
talking, right?
you might. And I've been on both sides of this coin. All right. Now I'm gonna tell you my situation. But what I mean is, you only have so long. You can get away with that, one time, but you can't keep coming broke and not going nowhere. That's what I mean. You can't keep doing that one. And I'm gonna tell you my experience one time. I remember. Hell, I actually remember actually not going out and kind of putting it to the side till I got my finances right. And she was like, "Well, why don't you like me? We don't go nowhere." And I had to say, "Well, I ain't got the money right now to go." But
Hmm.
like Sharlene just said, she said, "Well, we don't need no money to go somewhere. We can go to the park." And she was taking it that I wasn't interested. You know, and I was like, "Well, no, that wasn't it. I just wasn't comfortable." Like Max saying, a prideful man just not gonna be comfortable with it. And,
That's right.
it's a sticky type of thing, but
I
it's one of those
understand.
ones we got to eat that one. So we got to take that L. But I have no problem with saying, okay, well, I'm gonna have to make it up to you. Now I
Yeah.
will try to do a little something extra to make it up, but it might take a minute, to get it to do it like I
But
want.
Kev, what about this here, right? Because she said if you promise to take her out on Wednesday, right? Now 2 days done went by, everything is good, but on Wednesday your money fell through.
Right.
Okay.
Now, as I got older, I just learned. So, well, it ain't
Hmm.
come through, baby. We got to do something else. You want to get a couple drinks or something? We got to try to, go to Superior Seafood next weekend.
Oh, okay, so you'll do it the way she wants you to do it. You will let her know, okay, look, my money fell through. We got to do something else.
Right. But now I am older. Now it was harder to do when I was younger,
Hmm.
with less money, But it's one of those
Right,
things we learn to, like you said, like your title. We learn to
hmm,
communicate better.
right, right.
And that came
Yeah,
through
and you know
trial
what?
and error because I didn't want the first lady thinking I wasn't interested. I was about to lose the whole woman. Date, who I was dating because
And
she
you know
thought I
what,
wasn't
Charlene, he
interested.
brought up a,
Go ahead.
Sh- uh, Charlene, Sharlene, he brings up a powerful point I didn't even think about. The age factor. It also depends on how old the guy is too. Because if he's a younger guy, he may not feel comfortable telling you that his money fell through. You know what I'm saying? Older guys, more established guys, it is what it is. He'll say, "Okay, honey, here's what happened. Um, the money ain't right, so we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do that." Older guys really ain't got no problem doing that. But younger guys may not. They may have an issue telling you that their finances fell through. They may feel some kind of way about that.
You see, an older guy might have a car and a house already, and say we might have to go next
Yeah,
weekend. Now the younger guy ain't got shit.
right.
Maybe a car and a bus pass, so you don't know when the next
And
round coming
then
in. It's one of those
right,
things we have to
and then the
learn.
older guy. And then when the older guy with that car, he might be able to do something else. I'll tell you what, babe, I'll take you for a drive over here and let you look at that thing that you said you wanted to look at or something. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
see,
saying?
that's
He might,
pressure.
yeah,
It's pressure on the
uh-huh.
younger guy because he know the next guy may have a car and a couple of dollars. He don't want to tell him he broke. But for a younger guy, you don't want to say, "Oh, I ain't got it."
Uh-huh.
You always had that one guy in the neighborhood that had a car or a ride or can go somewhere and you can't. That's the learning curve we had to deal with. What you got to deal with when you're younger because you really don't have nothing and you're trying to establish a foundation. So that's confusing.
Hey, is she still there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still here. You guys bring
What
up
happened
good
to
points.
those?
What happened to who?
Did you see the chat now? Look at Rodney. Look at Rodney Mallory in the chat when he's talking about the
Yeah,
TV
Rodney.
dinner. Look at his last
Rodney,
comment.
I see that. It's hard to tell a woman that you're going to take her out
Yeah,
on Friday night
right.
for steak. When Friday comes, you have
You get
to
a
now eat
steak.
TV dinner.
Yeah, that's hard, man. That's a blow to the ego. You know what I'm saying? Like you got everything planned. You want to take this woman out. Y'all going out to Spargo's,
Especially like a birthday or something too.
and then
Ooh,
the
that
money
really,
for
yeah, a special
yeah.
event that you can't do the way a man can't do the way he really want to. Now that's a big L. That's hitting the pride.
Yeah, and it's hard
So
because
what? What should a woman
I know
do?
for you ladies,
Even though they
uh,
may be nice about it, Max. But you let them down. It's a downer. Especially if it's a special event. You kind of even if they're like, well, don't worry about it. Like, damn, we ain't gonna get
mhm.
this. I gotta wait a whole another year to get this one right on a birthday or something. Whatever it is, special occasion. You can't miss a special occasion. I remember just spending every last dollar I had for a birthday,
And then
and was like, well, shit, I could fast tomorrow to make it up. But you certain things you just can't pass up. Birthday you can't miss.
with women, see, sometimes women, y'all make the mistake in thinking that we think like y'all, right? Sometimes y'all do that, and you say, "Well, what's the big deal? All you gotta do is telling us." It's a big deal to us. It really is. We don't want to sit up here and promise a woman one thing, and then
Fall through on the shit. Oh my god, that I was finishing
You
on.
went out, but God,
Yeah,
can
you
you
promise a woman one thing and then fall through. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
agree.
Now I've been in situations where a picnic is always a good idea. They got things I had to learn that they got things you can do that's still impressive or meaningful. If you don't have much money, you just got to be creative, like you said a little earlier. A picnic, you can't go wrong with that. Hell, playing cars on the picnic don't sound that bad. And a little radio or whatever. The park is free. Let's see another idea. I don't know if somebody outdoors, bike ride, mountain trail. I'm
The
I'm
beach.
from the south, so I don't mind cooking. Being old psycho conscious moron, I hate to keep calling a man moron conscious. I cook, you know, a dinner, but The problem I came with in with that is Charlene, is I cook all the time, so it wasn't special then. But
Uh,
maybe I cook a her favorite meal or something like that. It'll be something I think of. But usually I hold to my word when I say, "Oh, I'm gonna have to make this one up to you." You know, it's easier to say now because I'm older, but younger, you almost avoid the woman before you have to, give that one up. You know how
okay.
you, yeah, and that's just adolescent and early young man stuff.
And you say, how old do you think? About till what age?
I think and it may not be the age, it can be the situation. Like if it's a college student, that's understandable. College students don't have much money, or if it's a guy who may just have a car, you know, car note, insurance, whatever that early 20s to get out there to where you can have a couple extra dollars, and because finances is always a learning curve. And then when you add a relationship in it, the men try to adjust. You got to adjust to it when you're not making much money, for the younger men. But by the time they 24, 25, those excuse you should be all right. And I'm only saying 24, 25, like guys getting out of college or something like that. And I work in I'm in a city where, you know, some of the younger men just finally getting their first apartment and stuff like that. But if you got your own apartment, at least you got something established. But when you don't have nothing established, that's totally different.
I agree. So I'm gonna just twist it around. All right. So you were in the dating phase, right? What
Hmm.
are some things that like a woman would say or how she would say it that you think would turn a guy off?
About not having money, about letting her down, about going out on a date. What's
Yeah, let's say you went on a date with a woman. This is probably like your first couple of dates. What are
mm-hmm.
some things you think that will turn you off about her? What are some things that she might say or she might do or what
Well,
she?
it's one thing for me personally is people that don't appreciate stuff. Not that they have to kiss your ass or anything like that. No, none of that. None of that. Like a woman have to be kowtowing to a man to any type of degree. But like I've been on dates with one of my exes. And she complained the whole time, and it wasn't one restaurant; it was another one. And then she complained about the tip. I'm like, wait, look, I'm gonna just go ahead on and cook at home. But they got people like that. Like when they go out, the nose is turned up, type of thing. I can't enjoy people like that and going out. That they just bring the evening down. I actually got in an argument with an ex of mine at Disney World. I'm like, how are you arguing in front of Mickey Mouse? Literally, Minnie and Mickey right there. You in Disney World. This is a happy place. And but it was one of those things. But she was just that kind of person, so just unappreciative type of on that kind of level. Now I'm a person that you can tell I do like conversation.
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm
Right.
gonna swing some bat at. I'm gonna swing some bats at you. All right. So what if you on a date with a woman, right? And
Hmm.
she brings up Cynthia G. What would you say to that?
I don't really listen to Cynthia G, and
You
I'll
don't.
explain why. And when it comes to YouTube content creators, the ones that bang on the women the most, the two, kind of like Tommy. All right, we get the point. All right, and then, the same thing. If you keep banging on the black men and the black women as content creators to get the bag, quote unquote, okay, all the points have been made over these years. I just don't. That's just counterproductive to me. You know what I'm saying? Now Google's making money off, and I got stock in Google. Google's making money off y'all continuing with the same cycle for a damn algorithm. That's how I feel about those two situations. Those
I think
those top three
I
or
think
top ones on either side that constantly do that and constantly go straight to the hardcore negative. I mean, how long we gonna keep digging up the worst of black men and the worst of baby mamas? We see this shit every day. We got to work it out at some point instead of just saying y'all and you and y'all doing this and we doing that. Well, okay, we need to work some shit out. So I'd rather be down here with Max and and bomb them who trying to get some shit straight so we can understand each other a little better. Why they
Yeah.
make their money up there.
Hmm.
You know, let them do that. And to me,
And
that's when you become a sellout or a Marxist. That's no good for
right,
black folks.
right,
I'm glad of their
and
success because they worked hard at it. But the core still got to be intact. And that's what we
right. And
need
let
to
me
have.
right.
All
Let
right,
me
go
answer
ahead,
Charlene's
Black
question.
Black.
I think it's not so much what a woman say versus what she does. I think the worst thing you could do in a situation like that is make a scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, you can't pay for the meal? Then why'd you bring me down here? You loud, everybody watching. I think that's the worst thing you can do.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's the worst thing you could do. I think the guy will really resent you for that because, especially if it was a situation that he didn't mean to happen and he's still trying to do the best he can anyway to show you a good time, and you come off ungrateful and crazy like that, I think that's bad. And I've seen that happen before. I just think the worst thing you could do is make a scene.
I
You know.
agree. Anyone else? Any takers? Rodney?
Well, Rodney's up here.
Rodney, are you here?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, I'm here. Good, everybody. How y'all doing?
What's up, Rod?
Going
I'm
on?
back. I got everything straightened out. But yeah, my thing was if he asked you out on the date, yeah, we've all been there because that's how I know about that situation. Especially young. Oh man, you counted on that check for that Friday. Oh, I'm gonna take my girl out. I know I'm gonna do. And you get there and you open that
Yeah.
envelope and you short.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been
Yeah,
there a couple times.
$98 check.
and look,
I
especially
heard those. That's why
especially if she
I'm
call
sorry,
you.
man.
If she call you and
Go
she
ahead, go
tell you
ahead.
that microphone, I'm about to go get my hair done, and we go, ooh, and that check short.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a
He's
hard thing to
short.
swallow. It's short.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we all been there.
Hmm.
I know,
My
I've been
man,
there
that's
a
why I
couple
always
times.
ask like, what they mean by Pookie and Ray Ray. Y'all talking finances? Because I can't knock the dude like myself was, who ain't had much money in his early 20s. I
right.
ain't have it. Shit, I was on the bus. But
Me
I
too.
knew it was always a taking a next step, that step forward and growing. So I never stopped that. But some of these dudes in the manosphere, 20 some years old, act like they already set. Man, you lying. Stop it. You in your mama house still.
None
You
of
know,
us.
talking crazy. You on some $100,000 a year shit, man, and you 24. You ain't making that kind of son. Your mom and them helping you, man, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Or you not at that level where you should be calling those kind of shots. Get it in, get your life experience on, and get out there and meet some nice young ladies. And get your ass off of YouTube.
Man, the problem is we don't have a standard no more. Men used to hold themselves to a certain standard. We just
And
not
but that
all.
gonna come at the individual thing too, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Even if we got to reset our standards,
We have
and
to.
that's our process. And then reach down and help the next little youngster, nephew, or cousin out.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
That's
they
what,
right there.
that's what we do. One at a time.
Right. That's my challenge
Hmm.
to the dudes in the manosphere talking about baby mamas. Okay, dude, all right, we got it.
So
All right.
let me ask you about this. So in
Mhm.
today's relationships, what do you think is missing? Now all of us are old school. You, me, Kev, Rodney, we all old school. So we don't
Mhm.
count. What
Communication,
what do y'all see is missing?
the communication between with the communication with men and women, we had to learn how to communicate.
What's
It's,
see?
Mhm.
it's like, I mean, how long? I don't know about. I mean, you've been married, Max, but when
19.
when does finances come into a relationship conversation? because that is
when when
pertaining.
you haven't, they come in when you having trouble maintaining them.
Yeah, but even with the plan as far as the relationship, we're not gonna talk about the hard time, the bad time, because most people never even talk about finances in a relation in good healthy relationship.
Well, old school, we've been taught to put money away for a rainy day.
Right.
You know
But
what I'm
we got
saying?
to
So we
also,
ready
but if
for it.
I'm
Uh-huh.
about to say Charlene, say Charlene was about to go into the next level with a man. Okay, well, she would want to know, and they was like, okay, well, let's talk about what we trying to get financially and how much debt you have and all that, especially if you're living together.
Hmm.
And I mean that because a lot of couples like you pay half the rent, I pay half the rent, and a light bill or whatever,
But
but they
what
don't
range?
have the
But
plan.
what age range are you talking about, though?
I'm talking about as far as dating. I mean, if you got a girlfriend and you in your 20s on up, whenever you getting serious with someone that you thinking about living with, especially, well, they got to be
Uh-huh.
a plan. Because see, this is my thing. The plan gonna be the deterrent. It's easy to cheat on a man or a woman. You got to be a fool to mess up, fuck up a whole plan. Like me and
See
Mo
my
plan, and we
see my thing.
because
See
the
my whole
building is there.
see my whole thing is that young people shouldn't be serious about being with each other until you get your 30s.
Well,
I
I
think your
agree, but they live
20s,
together at
right,
20.
right. I think your 20s are the years that you should be building something, establishing something for yourself. So by the time you are 30, you're ready for marriage. You you got everything in place. Okay, you need that 10 years or at least half of that 10 years between the ages of 20 and 30 to get yourself right.
But we moving a whole lot faster these days, and we got to
Hmm.
respect. We got to respect the youngsters moving different. So the only advice we
Uh,
can hand down is
Our
to the
13 is
communication.
not an 8-year-old mentality. Our 8-year-old got a mentality as a 13-year-old back when we were small.
Right,
hmm.
right, right. They moving faster, man.
Move a whole lot fast.
Right, and I know we could talk about back in the day. Yeah, that's
Okay, but these guys, yeah, but they moving like this though, right? If they moving quickly, it's because they figuring, okay, they got a nice apartment, they got that $2,000 apartment downtown, which is in a high rise building, jet set. They're gonna press the
well.
ladies,
I'm
right?
more referring to
Uh,
more. I'm referring to more as in relationships. People are getting into relationship quicker and sooner and earlier.
Yeah.
Not that shim sham shit. You know what I mean, people really are getting together, damn near 24 and living together, 26 instead of
20.
the
I still
30.
I still
And
think that's too soon.
yeah,
I
but
still think it's too soon
they
because,
gonna be right. But
and the
that's what
reason why I say that is because the money management skills just aren't there yet.
that's why they
Because
have to talk about it,
if
man.
you got a 24, if you got a 24-year-old, right? And okay, say he's blessed with a decent job, he's making that 90, $80,000 a year.
That's
He's
rare.
wasting,
That's
right?
rare.
He right? Oh, okay, yeah,
Yep,
75, 80,000, and so he's wasting that money on a
That's
loft downtown, the way he paying $2,500 a month on a loft because he wants to jet set the ladies. That's a waste of money. That's poor money management.
that is for money, man.
yeah.
And we all blew money on every level.
Right.
Yeah. We've all
Hey, I
been
remember everybody remember getting that first Visa card in college and wouldn't pay $15 a month.
there.
And you know what? And that's where they
The
come.
limit was only
And, and
500.
and you know what? And that's where they come get you on career day in college. They be up in that student lounge. They be
Right.
done set up in there. Visa be in there. Mastercard be in there. Giving out these fucking credit. That's how I got my first credit card when I was in college.
Everybody did.
Got my first credit card. I ain't had no credit, no nothing.
Hmm.
'Cause I got my
And,
first credit
and the
card.
limit was $300 or $500, and we still
Yeah,
defaulted on
yeah.
it.
Mom's is 500. Mom's was $500 limit.
Yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
about what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. First thing I did was
I
went
didn't
to
go to
Burger King and
college.
I hung up food. The worst thing you could do buying a credit card is supposed to be food, of course. The kind of I mean what you call it, fast food. And I was fast fooding it out with the card and going to school and working. So then I got
and,
smart.
and and a lot of these young brothers don't understand. A marriage is like running a business. You know, you got to be able to manage the people in the house. You got to manage the property. You
Right.
got to manage the money right. I mean, you know, a lot of them just don't know how to do that, man. Their marriages fall apart due to financial situations. They top heavy on the money
You know
on
what
one
I
end,
told
or they
my
low on the other
oldest
end.
daughter? I
Uh-huh.
used to tell my daughters, the girls I raised, right? And Sharlene, that there's one 40, she's 40. One's 24, one she's 25, and my biological 22-year-old, and I got my 10-year-old, my biological 10-year-old. And I used to tell them, I used to just give them some guidelines. I mean, you don't want to date a man seriously if he haven't don't have his own apartment. That's
Hmm.
essential because now he had to go down there and put his deposit down and stuff like that, and things like that. They got dudes in this city don't even know where the water how to pay a water bill
Right.
or where the water bill at, or what to do when the energy bill is behind, how much grace period you have, because you got hard times, and you got to learn how to juggle that. But then when you get that, that's a sense of responsibility
Hmm.
and it's still to pay, and not to go for the don't go for the ride they got the car. That's in the new car thing. In the early 20s and just stuff like that. And it's okay if he, even if you have a roommate. And for the young men, I'm like, man, listen, you want to get out your mama house, you don't have to hustle. In my youth my youth group, I coach high school football with my friend. I said, get you a roommate. You don't have because a lot of times the young men got pressure to get out their house and they go to hustling. Oh,
Hmm.
and I was like, no, man, just get your roommate, split the bills. That way, down here is 400 a month for you, 400 a month for you. Now you can handle that. Now you're not struggling like that. And so learning that kind of finances for young men and young women is some of the things I had to teach my daughters, so they don't just be running out their mama house and moving in with a dude. So things like that. So the communication thing and money management is definitely a thing that I think couples need to communicate.
Okay, I got a question.
Yes.
All right. So what? All right, on the dating scene, right? Do you think men should be mentioning Kevin Samuels or Fresh and Fit or any other podcast during the
I'm gonna
dating
let
period?
Rodney handle that
The short answer is hell no.
one. Oh, why would I want to mention another damn somebody on TV? That's like I don't mention George Jefferson from Good Times on a damn day. That's them. I'm a grown man. I got my own thing to do. That's entertainment for them. But if they
And
taking
then,
cues off, if dude, I tell my daughter, if a nigga taking cues off Kevin Samuel and marking what they saying, what you bring to the table, you leave. That's a simple minded man because he don't have his own focus and direction.
right, and then you're not mentioning somebody that's, known for manhood. You mentioning some dude that everybody's sexuality think is suspect.
Hmm. Right, and he know that. If I
Right.
A lot of dudes whose sexuality was suspect did the first thing they did. You know what they did? They took karate, just like
Yeah.
he.
They ain't even know Stallion doing some Cobra Kai. He got that off of TV.
And listen, and,
But
and,
Damn
and,
Cobra Kai.
and it's no
but
knock
you
on. We knew dudes like that. They just wasn't as masculine as we were, or was in a masculine environment, and I
Yeah.
think they struggled with that. That's a real thing. I ain't got that issue, but they had those issues. But I think that feeds into the criticism of women too with him because
Yeah, I
he's too
mean,
much on it. They
if I'm
too
gonna mention
much
somebody, it's
on
gonna
it.
be
Them
somebody
niggas
with some
talk all
manhood, not some.
that. That's what I think.
You know, if I'm gonna mention somebody, it's gonna be somebody with some manhood, not some fruity fruit roll up type dude. I'm not. doing that. No, and she
Yeah,
gonna think something wrong with me.
if it was to
Right.
Yeah.
make a manly move, but this is women entertainment now.
Mm.
Now I remember him when he was doing the cologne, right? And I watched him then. I was a subscriber then, and I could tell you he had summer peach, right? Because me, the cologne, and like I was looking to get some loafers. Now I'm one of them people, work for UPS. I'm not no dresser like that, so I can look at some of them. They got a couple of brothers on there because I look for black entertainment when I go to YouTube, and they got a couple of brothers on there with some good suggestions on suits and stuff like that. Because I was like, I need to go get me another suit made, but it was COVID, and I wanted to match a blazer and stuff. Whatever he was for, and he had good cologne suggestion. That shit cost too much. It was like $260. What damn, dude? And but that kind. That's what he was known for. And they had dudes that was better than him. But until he switched it up and got on that, and he even said, "Well, I stumbled into this." So he's gonna run. Okay, well, you running with that, man. That wasn't what you was about before. Now, if dudes following that, let's see. Bomb Cherry idea. You'll see me on Bomb channel. Was probably one of the few women channel, about fighting the manosphere because Bomb is concerned about the influence he got on younger men, and I understand that. Them niggas is
Yes.
right.
I'm gonna let you know I'm on the dating market.
Bring that up on dates, really?
Dangerous.
Yeah, and men be
That's not
bringing
no.
up
That's
this
not. There's nothing
argument.
about that that's manly at all.
Man,
See,
this guy was telling me about some 50-50 relationship and how he taking me out here and I'm getting a free meal and all this other shit. I had to tell him you don't mention shit like this on the
Wow, they
date.
told you that?
First of all, yeah, and then I told him this whole 50-50, we don't mention that. That's later on in a relationship.
what was
Nobody talks about that head up first. And
here's
if
the
that's
thing.
what you want, that's not fucking appealing. I had to check him. Like, I think I almost
That-
made him cry.
That's some silly. And that ain't manly at all to me.
Here's what I see, and this is the difference between older men and the younger and what they do. As a man, it is not for us to interact with your emotion. That's what they do. They learn how to interact with your emotions. Our job is to protect your emotion. You understand? So by interacting with your emotions, they become dangerous. You don't take testosterone and make it emotional. That's dangerous. That's why
That's
you see
well.
these men.
I agree with that.
That's
Well,
That's why a lot of
that's why you see these men.
okay.
You
Max said
don't
he'll
do
be
that.
back in a few minutes,
all right.
and he's concerned too about their influence on young men. He's in agreement with
These
y'all.
young men, these young men are trying to be. They understand how to play with your emotion. You understand? And once
Mhm.
you get emotional, you think irrational. So now you have a lot of men that are emotional, that thinks irrational, and has a lot of testosterone. That's a witch's brew.
I
Now you got
agree.
these men out here sizing women up.
Okay, I have a quick story. So, well, one of my friend's story, right? So, my friend, she's African, and she married to a military guy, right? She was from Canada. But anyway, they met, and she's married to him now. And she's black, and yeah, she's from Africa. So anyway, so they're married together within the U.S. and they're on the West Coast. And all of a sudden, he wants to get a divorce out of nowhere, good for no reason. And then he's talking about how she's gonna take half of his stuff and all of this and all of this. And she was telling me, I don't know why he's talking like that because he doesn't own anything. All he has is a car. And that's what she was telling me. It's some furniture. So I don't even know half of what. And I was
Listen,
like,
listen. Like I
what
told
is
Max, so man, I didn't
going
talk to these dudes with that. They're like, well, I'm like, dude, why are you worrying about child support, man? You paid 300 and something fucking dollars. You not paying Dr. Dre money, man. Why are you worrying about Dr. Dre? That
exactly?
makes
Preach.
no damn sense. You'll never be him. Why you worrying about that? That was him for
a month.
something damn years.
You
Boy,
pay, yeah, you paying $250 a month, maximum what 500, and you think
Yeah,
you doing something. You thinking that $500 is supposed to help the child eat, provide a shelter,
right.
provide school gas for the child to go here and there after school activities. Like
Well,
no, bro,
I had to break it down to him
500 is
because it's
shit.
different when it comes from a man like me to and I always catch him on Bob's channel. And and what I had to tell him, especially by me being a single father and also raising other children, I said, listen, let's go ahead and see for men, you got to break it down in scenarios a lot of times. I said, okay, let's say you paying $550 a month, right? Now you got enough money we can live off, but you got time to get another hustle on. You can go get another little part-time job. And then now you can still go for the reaching for your financial goals in other forms and start your own business. When you're a single parent like myself, I'm limited. I have a CDL just like Max. I also can cook like Conscious Moron. I'm in New Orleans. And and I was gonna do and me and my brother started a company, pilot driving, which is just the vehicles that follow the 18 wheelers with the oversized load. I can be on the road making plenty of money, but because I have my daughter, well, now I'm limited to my time. You got more time. Most women are swap with you, and I had to explain that to him and see another guy come up there like, okay, Mr. Kev, if the man paying all the bills and they got kids, and while he working the kids at school, what she do? Nothing. I said, well, first of all, man, you talking about a woman that's gonna take care of a household. They don't understand what that means. That means she got to get up and cook breakfast, make sure all the kids stuff is done. All the educational, let's say you got one of these dudes working 16 hours. All the educational stuff, school and all that, that's her, right? Car repairs, all that, that's her. Cleaning the house, that's her, right? Fixing proper meals and nutrition and coming up with new dishes because nobody want to eat the same thing, that's her. And then she got to do it 3 times on Saturday and Sundays and still be with her old man and monitor all the kids' business because she got to get them to bed most of the time, then get in the bed. She's last. Starts first and last every day. He's like, well, I ain't think about it like that. I said, well, you ain't grow up in that environment, man, but you just got tunnel vision. You can at least if you ain't grow up with that, how you gonna make a judgment on some shit like that? So I had to catch them like that. When you break it down in that kind of logic, then they get the point. That is not that big of a damn argument for you to have on something where you don't even see the work being put in. It's like being dog and baby mamas. Okay, you want her to own up to her accountability? Where she living her accountability? She got to get up every day and watch this damn kids. But you want her to go, okay, I was wrong and I was a hoe. Really for what? On YouTube. That's your argument? That what y'all waiting on?
Yeah,
How
they
many
want
years
her.
y'all
They
been
want
doing
her to
that?
degrade herself. You want her to openly
Yeah.
degrade
God
herself.
damn.
Is that what you want? You
Right.
don't want her to go get a job and provide for her child that she has. You don't want her to go to school and do better. You want
Yeah.
her to degrade herself and not
Right.
to do too much. Like, make it make sense.
For some, for what's the dude name? One of the big mans here with the little obsidian, a 4'2" motherfucker. You want me to say, well, yeah, I was wrong to somebody 4'2". Really? You wouldn't even talk to these dudes and that, like with the disrespect thing. I said, man. He said, well, black women in this day are disrespect. I said, man, when you walk outside, how many black women call you a bitch or a hoe or out your name? every day. Well, none. Well, shut the fuck up then. When you leave out your door, ain't nobody, no black woman just coming up disrespecting you for nothing.
Facts. You
God
know what?
damn. And
Some of
that's
these
our talking point.
some of these guys need to be disrespected. Because if you calling a woman all it is and you degrading her,
Yeah.
what do you expect to get? If you put out that rhetoric and that vomit, don't get mad if it's coming back at you. Like,
All
I
right.
don't understand. What you give out is what you get back.
All right.
Majority of the men like that,
Yeah, that's how
they
I
have
come at it, Rodney.
they have nothing to them. Period. They don't have nothing to them. When you peel back the onion, they have no talent, they have no skill, so they have to be a deflection. Never built anything, never did any type of groundwork, never did work with a kid or anything like that. They sit behind the computer and shout at the community. That's all they do.
And they try to build it on YouTube. With a talking point, with a female talking point on baby mamas. Them niggas trying to literally build platforms and get paid for that.
Who that
That's
sounds
their
like?
whole
Doesn't
thing.
he sound like Red Supreme?
Now see with the Red Supreme thing, he go back and I hear Red, Nala, and I've been around them for years. Nala, Tad, I heard them for years, and I was there before that shit changed. Because I like Taz for the history aspect. But then and hell, Nala, you call Nala and Black Woman Share for advice on how to. I'm like, oh, how you get these not, my daughter hair getting to my daughter got real curly hair. She said, well, you got to comb it down. I'm trying to comb it the wrong damn way and making it tight, and they're like, no, comb it down. You got to wet it. I'm like, okay, you got to wet it. That's when she was 4 years old. 10. So when I came to Black YouTube, it was to communicate with Black people. Because, and me being from the South, the one thing Black people stopped doing and didn't have a chance to do is communicate with each other to share knowledge. Simple stuff. That's how you survive. Even if it comes to tax breaks, write-offs, those things, information. Where the jobs at? Instead of that crab in a bucket mentality where we all got that one aunt who has a master's degree but didn't help no fucking body in the family. That kind of stuff. So that's the breakaway for Black folks to me. So that kind of communicates is why I came to YouTube. And that's why I support Black content creators, because when have we ever had a chance to even support Black people?
I agree. So
Right.
have you
Across
heard
the
of
country, I
Jason
mean.
Black? Have you heard of Jason Black? I think that's what his name is.
Blackson?
Jason Black.
No. I really, I haven't heard them.
Okay, so anyway, he
I
made
know Red be against the divestors. They go
no.
off on the divestors and stuff like that. But they see a lot of times when I get on panels, I don't comment a lot of times because a lot of people got history already.
I got you.
Yeah,
So
they got a deep rooted history already, and I just try to stick to the topic.
so it's this guy, and he says that black men should not try to cross create Black women if they are dating out. Do you guys agree?
That he shouldn't do what with Black women?
He shouldn't criticize. He shouldn't have any talking points if he decides to date out of the community.
I agree with that. Vice versa.
So person outside the community,
Yeah, so if he dates outside the
that was
community, so let's say he dates an Asian woman, a white woman,
Latino. Now I know Max ain't. I know I want Max. Yeah, Latino woman.
whatever you
No, I don't think you should be criticizing Black women. And then and if you do date interracial, I don't have no problem with your partner should not ever be able to criticize a Black person.
Rodney,
A
you're like
problem
you're
with
avoiding.
who
Okay, now we can hear you.
I don't have a problem with who he choose. That's his business. But when you speak against, you jump ship.
Okay, so maybe he'll come right back
Yeah,
up.
he kind of bargained. I think he was
Yeah,
like, if you jump ship, you shouldn't have criticism for black women. And same thing for the vessels to me. All right, we get it. That's fine. If that's your option, but we don't have to keep dogging out the men, especially the
yeah,
young ones. They're young. I don't in the same with them. We older, but you got 40-year-old men and 50-year-old men criticizing 20-something-year-old and 22-year-old girls and women.
yeah. Why is that? Why do
Yeah,
they?
old enough to be their damn mama. He come riding back. Go ahead, Rod.
Rodney, what you were saying? Are you here, Rodney?
Yeah, I'm back now. I had to come outside.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you were saying something about jumping ship.
Yeah, you jump ship. I mean, if you lay outside, you marry outside, that's fine. That's your flavor. That's what. But to give criticism on the black woman now, nah, that's out your league. That's for us to do. That's for us to protect. Yeah, you didn't want to protect them. You didn't choose one, so how you gonna talk about one?
I gotta say, same for the divestment and the women too. All right, look, we got our
Same,
own
yeah,
issues
I
too.
mean
Yeah,
that's vice versa.
right,
That
throwing
goes
I
both
agree.
out.
ways. If you didn't choose a black man, so how you gonna now say black man ain't? No, how you know that?
That's a good point. How do you know that? You're
You
not
don't
even
see
dating one. So okay, you guys make good points.
You're bargain, Rodney.
Because what out in the
say that
dating
again.
market, they were saying you bargain, but not you good right now. So out in the
Oh,
dating
okay.
world, this is what we see. We see this vomit being thrown around, and I feel like like most of the heat is kind of. I feel like most of the heat is on black women. Whether you date within your race or whether you date outside your race,
Yeah, I agree with
the
that.
yeah, the heat is on you. Like I feel like
Yeah, but
it's
we
all
have to.
go
Yeah, but
ahead.
let's be realistic about where the heat's coming from. Okay, it's not coming from guys like me, Rodney, or Kevin. It's coming from these dweebs, these awkward, socially inept dudes that got problems with their mamas, and
In
they
society,
yeah,
in society.
that's where it's coming from. It's not coming from brothers who got their heads screwed on straight, brothers who out here doing what they're supposed to do. Majority of black men are out here doing what they're supposed to do. But you
Yeah,
can't tell that, right? Because the loudest voice are guys like Obsidian in the manosphere. Most black men aren't on social media.
Because
Most black men who are about their life and doing things they're
because
supposed
they
to do,
have all that.
they don't exactly. They're not on social media. The ones you find on social media is that they can be on social media and still make money at the same time. Like me, Rodney, and Kev, we could be on here and still make money. If we couldn't make money,
right.
we wouldn't be on here.
No, we wouldn't.
Right.
Exactly.
And see, I have a lot of time because I trade stocks, so I'm on the.
Exactly.
I got the computer all day. Big.
Exactly. And my
Right, I
job
can
allows me to
research
be on
24/7 in my own
right.
office.
And the kind of work that I do, I'm making money as I'm talking to y'all right now.
Right,
You
right,
see what I'm
on the
saying?
road.
So exactly. So most black men don't have time for social media because they're taking care of family, taking care of business in real life. Okay. And you may find them on Facebook because it's a family thing. Most people use Facebook as a family thing, right? But most black men ain't on social media who really got something going on. And so what you have left of these dweebs who are full of shit and they're weak and they got the loudest voices on here. And so black women think that this is the majority of black men, and it isn't.
It's like game changer. Like had to ask him one time, dude, you still asking, trying to get a fucking sandwich?
Yeah,
It's been
Oh
and
three
he's
my
still
years.
telling,
god!
and he's still talking
I
that
wasn't
dumb
even
shit.
Man,
serious.
look,
It's bad.
I'll give you $10 to get you a fucking sandwich, man. To
You
stop
know what he?
talking.
Hey, you know
I'll
what he
give you
asked his
10.
sister
I'm
one
gonna give you
time?
the cash
He
app.
asked this black woman one time. I think she had like a big channel or something. She was kind of famous, whatever. He asked her, she gonna waste his time. He gonna wait. Get a bit of cute. Just answer the question like this. Well, if black women ain't the least desired, then who is? Like, man, what the
What?
fuck are you talking about, man? Why y'all still asking
What kind
women?
of question is that?
They're talking about, well, if black women ain't the least desired, then who is? Like, man, what the fuck are you talking? Yo, man, some of these dudes, I'm telling you, man, they better stay behind the computer.
That's facts.
You
Let's
Right,
know,
try to find out who they
right,
are.
man. That's funny to me, man. That's nothing, man. It's a trip.
yeah.
And listen, man, and see, you just said, see, Max, you just never call. See, bomb them. When I be on bomb chat, I catch him. I never got to that. Who I didn't get on YouTube for all that at first, but I never got to that management thing because I heard them through bomb chat. I said these niggas stupid. You know, I heard
Mm-hmm.
on bomb channel first. I'm
Oh, you
like,
heard Game
Uh-huh.
Changer on Palm Channel?
You know what? You
yeah,
know what you ladies need to hear.
yeah.
You know
Me
what
and
you
brother
ladies
was
need
from
to
the
hear.
same area in Louisiana. We know some of the
You
same
know
people.
what can stop? You know what can stop a lot of this shit? What
Mm,
you ladies need to hear is real authentic barbershop talk.
right.
Okay? And you'll realize that most black men ain't on social media.
The dudes
Look,
who on social
They
media,
got shit to
don't,
do.
that's the dudes that don't talk
Yeah.
in the barbershop.
listen.
They
Yeah.
quiet in
I,
the barbershop.
The
You get
average
the
conversation, the average conversation amongst black men, hey man, what's going on? Hey man, I gotta go here. I got this car to pick up. I'm also working on this building over here. We just purchased this lot, and once I do that, man, I'm gonna get to the house, get me some sleep, and I got to get up and do it all over again in the morning. Ain't nobody talking about no social media. They
listen.
Yeah,
ain't
the
talking
only
about no.
channel I
Okay.
seen like that was Q Butter. He
Most
be
Yeah.
on.
people that I hang out with, if I ask them, man, hey, y'all know who Kevin Samuel is? They'll go,
No.
who? Who is
Yeah,
that?
they don't know who the fuck that is.
Man,
You
you don't
say
I'm
know
that
who?
telling
now
you.
in the dating
I'm
world.
telling you. Listen, Sharlene, I'm telling you right now that you got guys like men of means right here. Me, Kevin, Ronnie, we all we're black men of means, right? It's rare that we're on here. And it's because our situations allow us to be on here because we can still make money.
right.
And I'm telling you right now, the situation that we wouldn't be on here.
It's like a perfect example. Like I like it's like 2014. I could listen to YouTube and that was coming from to and from work as a way to because the radio station or something else. So I used to listen to Bomb them and something like that. But the only reason why I came out the cloud, and I used to support the channel. Period, because I wanted to support black people, like I was saying. That was my thing. And I was like, well, shit, if I can give, $5 every now and then for a damn bullshit newspaper, I can give it to some of these people or give them some watch time instead of watching, giving ABC this time. And then when I
Exactly.
got to the point where I could trade stocks where I'm on my computer all day, now I come out the cloud. I'm like, all right, and that's how the thing because I got like I said the position I'm in I can make money and still do this at the same time
Exactly.
doing that trying to do that for a living.
And most black men are very busy. If you ask them about YouTube, whatever, they might tell you, well, yeah, I just bought a computer for my daughter or my son. They be doing all that. And my wife, they're on that. But me, I don't have time. I got things to do. Most black men are busy.
Mhm.
They're either working on something or they got something else to do. And when they done, they tired. Maybe they spend a little time with their family, shower up, eat, and they in the bed. Ain't nobody on YouTube.
Mhm.
Man, like I told you, I've been on
Huh.
YouTube now maybe a year. I didn't know this side of YouTube existed. Something like I
Yeah.
be saying that I've been on YouTube 10,
I'm gonna drop
15
it
years.
and
Like,
come back.
it's brand new. This been out.
I remember,
So
man, before I became like real familiar with YouTube, I was on America Online, and that was the craze back then. America Online, AOL, and I was on
Yeah.
that for a little while. Yeah, and I was in. Then when I was in college, America Online was big, and then the Netscape and all that. But I still didn't like YouTube was there, but it wasn't anything I was interested in. I didn't get interested in YouTube and just like in the 2000s, in the mid 2000s. You know, that's when I started getting serious about YouTube.
I started to get on YouTube after the pandemic or during the
Yeah,
pandemic. That was it.
yeah. Most black men don't give a damn about no YouTube. Don't know shit about no manosphere. Ain't never heard of no manosphere. Don't even know what's going on right now is even going on. I didn't know until I got on here. When I got on here and I heard all of this shit, like, what the fuck is this? You
I'm
know,
still trying to figure it out.
yeah, yeah, man. Most brothers, and the sad part about it is, black women think that the manosphere speaks for black men, and they don't. It don't speak for us. Most of them dudes, or all of them dudes, they couldn't even hang around guys like us.
Mm-mm.
Nah, we wouldn't hang around punks like that.
They hang up on each other too much. Mm-mm. They ain't
Yeah,
no hang up on each other.
exactly. They ain't each other. Yeah, I mean, they ain't each other's face too much for me. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Yeah, I ain't with all that, bro.
So
uh,
Black Knight. So I understand some parts of YouTube, right? They don't have that many views, right? Like 5, 6, maybe 20,000 views. May not be touching the public, right? But if
Mhm.
you have 500,000 views or almost to 1 million views, like some podcasters, like some red pill channels, you can say, like Fresh and Fit, like they're hidden audiences all over, and Kevin Samuels,
Mhm.
okay, what is
they're
fresh and
going,
fit?
huh?
That's them fucking soft ass niggas. I think one is African. The other one is some light skinned dude. I think they're both foreigners. I think they're both
Wait a minute.
foreigners.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Let
You
me
some
get
do
old
this
you
off.
know
soft
that?
ass. Yeah, a
Let
couple
me
of
get this
soft
straight.
ass dudes. They got a problem with black women.
One
These
of them
are
is black. One of them
foreign.
is from the Caribbean, and the other one is I think he's from his
Hold
family's from Africa.
Yeah, I
up.
think both of them are foreigners.
They are foreign.
They're not
Yeah.
foreigners. One of them have an accent. The other one guys has an American accent.
Well, the Caribbean. To us,
The
the
guy,
Caribbean is foreign.
one guy is from Barbados. That's on the panel.
Right. But we still
That's
consider
foreign.
that foreign, though.
Okay, so okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's still
No,
foreign.
we accept y'all. Don't get me wrong. We accept y'all as brothers and sisters, but
But
it's still foreign.
yeah. Mm-mm.
So anyway, they be on
Because
there and they be bashing women.
do they live here in the States?
Yeah, they're in Miami. They have
I think so.
back to back in Miami, and they get girls from off the street to come on their podcast, and they get views of like 500,000, 250,000. They have lots of people tune into their shows because they want to see the girls, and they always belittle the girls. They get on there and they tell these girls this hocus pocus jumbo, talking about nobody cares about how much money you make if you went to school, if you did this, nobody cares about that.
Oh,
All they
that's
say,
a lie.
all we care is about how
So
you look. How you
what
look.
what what
And
what
you're
are their background?
submissive. Huh?
What are their background? This
They're
fresh. What are their background?
as far as what?
Like, what do they
What
do?
they
Where
do?
do they come from? Yeah.
Oh no, one of them is
What
from
they do?
Barbados. They're both listen, they're both ugly. I'm gonna just say it like that. They're both ugly. Nobody would not look at them like, oh my god, he's attractive. Nobody wouldn't look at them. They can't even formulate sentences. They don't even know how to talk to a girl to make her appease or they no.
What,
The way they get
what
women
gives
is
them
by
the
bashing,
qualification?
huh?
What gives them the qualification?
It's because they have the platform. They have the
So
Right.
platform, and they
because you have a
have
platform that
good
gives
gigs
you
that come on their
qualifications.
platform, huh?
Right. And they supposed to fit this profile that Kevin Samuels put out there as a high value male. So with
Yeah,
the platform, they're supposed to have the money behind the platform. So they consider themselves high value men that women have the rarity of attracting.
yeah. They make money every day. They put on shows and they get mad cash apps. It's almost like another Kevin Samuel show. They probably make like
Yeah.
$1,000 a day within cash apps.
See the problem, but you know what though, Charlene? It's not the men. I hate to say this, right? But it's not the men the women should be mad at. You should be mad at the other women because it's the women that support.
Mhm.
Without the women, right? These guys are nothing.
I'm for real. I don't like
I'm
what I
telling you
don't
right
like
now, they can't
when women go on
listen.
there.
They
So
listen. Without the women, they got no show. No show.
so do they show a so if they always beating up women, what are their standards of a woman? What should
Hmm.
a woman,
I just
you
told
know,
you she
if,
has to
if,
be pretty. She has to be between the ages of 18 to 25. She has to be pretty, no kids, in shape, right? And
hold
submissive.
on,
They care about fit, friendly, and submissive. Huh?
I ain't gonna say that, but these so-called these pedophilia type stuff
You said they're
had to be
pedophiles.
between the ages. That's borderline pedophilia.
I
Look at the
agree. They
age
are pedophiles.
range. My opinion.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion, I mean, what?
You're kind of Borgin, Rodney, just a little
So,
bit. You're still Borgin. Yeah, you're Borgin real bad.
that.
You can hear you now a little bit, yeah. Nah, you're Borgin. So if you're saying that they're pedophiles, I agree they are pedophiles. But this is what that we deal with in the dating world, and it affects the communication amongst men and women.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Wow.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think women could pull the plug on all this if they want to, but I think women find these men challenging for some reason, and they want to engage them, and that's how they make their money. They make their money off of women. When Kevin Samuels was supported by men, he couldn't get off the ground. As soon as he turned his attention to women, he skyrocketed. Same thing with
Yeah,
Tommy Sotomayor. They couldn't get off the ground when they were supported by men, because men don't support men like that. Okay, it's the women, man. These guys, they wouldn't even have a show if it wasn't for the women. I guarantee you right now, if Fresh and Fruity, if the women stop coming on that show will get canceled.
I agree. But
It
I
will
guess
get canceled.
now they're trying,
Huh?
I guess, to pay women to get on their show or something.
Right, because the women is what make them. Without the women, they're nothing. Kevin
Yeah,
Samuels is nothing without the women.
I agree. Yeah.
It's the women that makes these guys. Remember I said to you before, queens make kings.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's the same situation that these guys ain't kings, but women make tyrants too. Queens can also make tyrants. These guys are tyrants, man. And they wouldn't be that way if they didn't have the support of the women. They would be zero. Listen to these niggas. I got things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I want to hear Kevin Samuels every day for. Men don't get down like that. We don't support each other like that.
Mm-hmm.
You may listen once in a while. They ain't gonna be on no faithful shit every damn day tuning in listening to this motherfucker. No, I ain't gay.
Some men pay him
But
like a
women
thousand.
will. Women, Like, yeah, well, they stupid, but but women do. Women will sit here and listen to every single word, every single day, and then they get intrigued, they get triggered, they want to come on here and cuss them out, you know, and that's how these guys make their money. Kevin
Yeah.
Samuels is right. Kevin Samuels is only the way he is because of the girls that call in on his show, still trying to some. I don't know what they call themselves doing, trying to figure out how to mess with this guy or beat this guy at his own game. I don't know what it is, but if the women didn't engage, this channel would be shit. And you know what? The thing about it is, was funny, right? You got women complaining about him, right? But women got the power to stop him. Y'all can shut Kevin Samuels down tonight if y'all wanted to. Y'all can shut Fresh and Fruity. Y'all can shut them down in a heartbeat if y'all wanted to. Y'all got the power. Y'all the ones that made them.
Mm-hmm. I think some of those channels are under investigation.
All the women got to do is stop. Just the way they dropped Tommy Sotomayor on top of his head, right? When they left him high and dry, and he
You
fell
know
all the
what
way
he's
to the.
doing now, right? He's on
Huh?
OnlyFans. Now
Yeah,
he's a porn star. He's having sex for money now. He's actually
yeah,
paying girls to have sex with him so he can post
yeah,
it on his OnlyFans
yeah.
platform.
Yeah. The women. The reason why he fell because the women pulled their support. And he used to brag about it too. I got more women. Women support me than anybody else. Well, one day they pulled that support, and he went tumbling to the bottom.
Yeah. I when somebody mentions that guy name, I'll be like, what?
Yeah,
And he talks about black women and he has no morals or anything for himself. How can you talk about somebody and you got no morals yourself?
but he wasn't one of the worst. Well, he was one of the I wouldn't say one of the worst ones. He was an asshole, but sometimes he would agree with some women every now and then. Okay, but yeah, he was an asshole. But guys who were really bad, like David Carroll, women don't support guys like that. He
He
was
died.
supported by the man, right, right. But he was supported by the manosphere, okay, because he was just too hateful. But guys like Kevin Samuel, women look at him like a plaything. That's why he's famous. They still playing around with him, and when they get tired of him, okay, you ain't gonna hear about him no more. They get tired of playing with him.
Hmm.
Right now, he's a little plaything to them. Somebody that they think that they can, get around or out talk or outshine. When they get tired of playing with him, they're gonna drop him too. Problem though, these guys are getting rich off of you though.
Facts.
Yeah, but women make these guys. Without the women, these guys would be nothing. They would be nothing. That's why guys like Red Supreme and all of them, they can't get up there because they're not supported by women. They're still being supported by men. And so those hate channels that are supported by men, they can't grow because men don't support men like that. That in order for Red Supreme to catapult to the top, he needs the women.
And no woman is gonna support that woman hating channel.
Yeah.
That
You know?
channel makes me want to throw up. I'm
Yeah.
just,
But some of these guys break through because the women see them as interesting, like Kevin Samuels. They see him as a plaything, an interesting plaything that they want to play with. That's why he's famous.
hmm.
Yeah. They don't see Red Supreme like that. They see Red Supreme just a raw hater. So he ain't gonna never shine to the top. Okay? He ain't gonna never shine to the top. There are guys out here who trying to do this stuff ain't gonna never shine to the top. obsidian, he ain't gonna never shine to the top. You're too hateful. But there's some guys out there, unfortunately, women are gonna bring to the top because they think they're interested for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish women wouldn't do that, but that's what it is. They make these guys famous playing games, and these guys end up getting rich, and then when the women drop them, it's too late. They already made their money already. Like Tommy Sotomayor, he laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, he's in desperate mode. I don't know what it is. Like, does he need to pay off debt or something? Why would you lower yourself all the way to sleeping
Nah, I
with
mean,
women?
yeah, don't care.
You don't care.
Don't
You
care.
got
That's what this
kids.
is all about, man. These.
You got kids. You
Oh,
got
you don't
kids.
care about that either. You don't care
Okay.
about that.
You don't,
Mm.
your image being displayed. You don't.
Nah, you don't care about that. If they cared about that, they wouldn't be doing. They wouldn't be doing what they're doing. They don't care nothing about that. But it's the
Yeah.
women. But my thing is, it's the women that make these men. Without the women, these men would be nothing. And Fresh and Fruity, they on some. They don't even like black women.
They don't. They said that already on
Yeah.
the
Right. I
platform.
don't even know why they got black women on their show. Like, dude, you don't even like black women. What you got black women on the show for?
Facts.
And you got that punk Donovan Sharp. He don't like black women. You know.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't like them, then don't talk about them. Don't mention them. Don't
Well,
say shit.
some of them bring black women on just so they can try to humiliate black women. Okay, that's why they bring them on so they can try to humiliate them. Yeah. So go on with the show. So what other questions you got?
Okay, so now that we know, I just wanted to tie that in because I think a lot of that is affecting the communication between men and women. I know not in upper class environments, but like in lower class environments. Like if you were to go to like I would say like the club or to the bar and you have men who are like you would say like 30 and younger. Some of them walk around and with these talking points and they spit this stuff to women. And a lot of women they don't like that. That's not attractive. That is not, you know?
Well, Lucy said that she was on a date with a guy that told her that he listens to Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, that's a red flag. If I think if any woman hears that, they should run for the hills. Because that man is basically telling you he hates women. He looks at women this way, and that's why he listens to Kevin Samuel. And he will always look at you with a cut eye, and he will always criticize everything you do. I wouldn't that wouldn't be a safe environment for me if a guy listens to any of these people and turns around and talks about it like it's normal. No, I would say put on your track shoes and bounce.
Well, let
Like,
me ask you a question. Why do women think Kevin Samuels? Because it's odd. Because I watched a few shows, right?
uh-huh.
To me, it seemed to be obvious that the women are having their way with him. He's providing entertainment because
Um,
they're not taking him seriously. They come on there now to see if they can get him angry. Then when he gets angry, they start laughing. So it's obvious to me that they're playing with him.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. He's almost looking like a clown now because since Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj clowned him, he's not taken really seriously anymore. So
Well,
yeah.
he got uh, knocked over his head before that.
Mm.
Okay, there was another woman that came on this show that knocked his head off about that high value thing. Okay, Um, that's the one that came over and said that she didn't want to be married
Yeah.
anymore because she didn't want to marry no high value because she cared about family and all of that. And then he
Yeah.
started backpedaling and tap dancing, talking about a high value man could be a family man. But that's not what you were saying before. You were saying a high value man was what he was, and a woman has to understand that he has options.
Yeah.
Basically trying to hit y'all over the head with some dumb shit like, oh, you need to accept the man with all of his underachievements. You know, you need to accept the man that's constantly losing and is used to losing.
That's a no-go. I tell women
Yeah.
that's a no-go because most men are, you still have to deal with all the attributes of a man. And on top of that, he don't want to pay the bills. He don't want to do this. Fuck that shit. I was just
Well, I think you see, everybody keep talking about the old school stuff don't work, right? But it does. The old
What do you
school
mean about the
stuff.
old school stuff? What old school
Well,
stuff?
the old school traditions, right, still make strong men. The old school tradition goes like this. Okay, you have to go out and secure resources because you need resources to sustain a family. Then you got to go out and get adequate transportation. Then you got to go out and secure a homestead, not an apartment, a homestead, meaning a home, so that your woman can nest in the environment, right? Then you have to have a stable financial situation to where your resources are constant and they're fluent and you can maintain them throughout the relationship. But you need all of these things to support a marriage. Then you have to be a good husband and you have to be a good father. Okay, you got to have all these things in your mind. Okay, so all of these teachings go into what makes a solid man. And those teachings build strong black men. I know
Okay.
I come from those teachings.
Okay. So I agree and I disagree. I mean, all the things that you said there, that sound like, yeah, that's a man that you would want to be with. But
Hmm.
then, a lot of women is like, where are you gonna find those men to do, who's doing
Uh,
those things?
you're right. That's hard because
Yeah,
most of the men who are most of the men who are built like that are my age or a little older. So these
yeah.
young dudes ain't built like that. Yeah.
We not finding that. Like, don't you see? Like, they're dating out, so they don't have to put in the work. They don't want to do nothing. Some of them, not all. I can't speak for all, and there are men who's out there who's making it, who's doing the damn business. But
Hmm.
I'm seeing it as most of these men in the 21st century, they need a woman at their side to help
And
them get a house, to help
now
them.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut you off, but you might think I'm bragging when I say this, right? But
Uh-huh.
men who are trained like me and come from the background I come from, right? We're highly sought after by women. We
Mm-hmm.
stay married. We don't stay single for long. Once women get a whiff of us, it's a wrap. Almost all of us are married, and we stay married
Mm-hmm.
because we're good men. We were built, to be husbands. We were groomed to be husbands, fathers. We know what it's about. We're strong enough to maintain a marriage. We all got consistent and adequate resources, above average resources. So men like us are highly sought after. So when we become available, we don't stay available for long at all. And so mostly every last one of us that come out of that generation are married
Mm-hmm.
and been married for decades. I'm about to be in about another 3 months, 20 years
20.
married. And so, we're hot men like me, we're hot. And so when women find out, we don't, we get snatched up real quick,
Mm.
So what we're going to try to do, what I'm trying to do with my gent culture is rebuild men like that. I'm trying to build men like that out of the shit that's out here today.
All I was gonna say was good luck.
Hmm.
I mean, it could happen, you know. I really want that for them. But I
Yeah,
think
I'm
it's gonna
trying to.
take some time. It's gonna take some sacrifice, and it's gonna take some wanting to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man, because these dudes, they weak, they mentally weak, they emotionally weak. They got problem. There's a lot of work that got to go in. The first thing I see right off the bat is the maturity level. That's got to go. That that maturity level right there is problematic. These dudes are very, 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 very immature. You can't be immature and be a husband. You can't be immature and be a father. Okay, that doesn't work.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Dame, are you there? No, she's out riding her motorcycle. Okay, I'm saying what you say.
And I'm riding a motorcycle. Okay, so go ahead, ask me some questions.
um, do I have any more questions? So I guess the main thing of this whole thing was of how we can communicate effectively, and you
Well,
know,
we never really got it. Well, if you ask me, we never really got into that. It kind of got derailed,
yeah,
you
but
know.
we kind of did. We talked about how like you have to a woman has to talk to a man in a soft setting and in a romantic setting where he is relaxed and he's able to, you know, listen. Um, I would say for
Hello.
yeah, I'm still here. I would say for women,
See,
women are easy. If you just tell us what's wrong, we're most of the time we listen.
I see. The man has to create for communication. He has to create a salubrious environment for his wife and his children. So once that salubrious environment is created, then the woman she can comfortably communicate with you at any time. At any time. It don't have to be a set time, certain mood. She's comfortable enough with you in that environment. Salubrious.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I'm still here. I'm
all right.
listening to you.
Right. And so I think when we say, well, it has to be like the man has to be buttered up, or she got to be purring or something. I think that it takes away from the relationship. Whereas that when you create that salubrious environment, it's comfortable for both of y'all to communicate at any time, at any point.
Nice.
You know.
That's true. And I
How
was,
did y'all?
go ahead.
Uh huh. Now, go ahead.
Well, you were saying how did y'all do what?
How did y'all get into the manosphere talk?
Because I was talking about communication during the dating scene, and
Uh-huh.
I was just asking like like what if you're on a date and somebody brings up Cynthia G or somebody brings up Tommy Sotomayor or Kevin Samuels, you know,
Mhm.
how would you guys react to that? And we were just talking about that, and some of the men was like they were just saying that most of the people out here in the normal world they don't watch that stuff, so it shouldn't even be a problem. I don't know, back and I jumped off, but yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. But as we can see in the dating world, some of these names do pop up, and and it makes us uneasy, and it comes off as awkward. So yeah, and I think the best way to deal with that is just to be upfront and tell the person, I do not watch that internet trolling things. I don't watch that. I don't watch anything that affects me on the inside. I don't watch anything that affects me, period. And I think that's the
Mhm.
best way to counteract that. Huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just saying, I think that's the best way to counteract that. And that's what I would say. I don't watch anything that makes me feel bad. I don't watch anything that riles something up inside of me that makes me emotional. I don't watch stuff like that. I watch stuff that is enjoyable, entertains my mind, read. That's the stuff that I watch and listen to. And you
Mhm.
just gotta tell people that. And if you wanna sit there and talk about stuff like that, I don't think this relationship is for me because I don't want to talk about stuff that make me feel bad. And then yeah, and then most of the time that they should drop it. Then they should know. I was gonna ask you, Dame, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Um. Not really. Um. y- Um. Yeah. Sometimes, I think we're, as somebody once put it, we're like waiting to jump and double judge. We're so busy trying to get our our um our, our side said that we don't listen to the other when they're talking. Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm. Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to just listen.
Mhm. Yeah.
But okay, you guys, this was a great night. I think I'm a call tonight. It's been 2 hours. And yeah, I got homework to do. Uh, so so Dame, you could close us out with the same song. I'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll have another topic. Thursday we'll talk about dating, how to go about dating, today's dating world in 2022, how to go about it, what are some things that we should do, how to set boundaries, and how to stay on the track to get what we want or find that partner or find love. So until then, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys have a great night. And if you just tuned in or you've been listening before, just rewind the broadcast to the beginning. Within the first 5 minutes, I said some affirmations, and I think you guys should listen to that 2 or 3 times so that it just resonates with you and you can attract love into your life. With that being said, thank you for having me, and Dane, you can drop the hit.